Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Take a seat, please. Thank you. So yeah, that's me. Hello. Greenman? I'm Tim. My job is I am the office mangel. The job that I applied for was called the office angel, and I thought that didn't really fit who I was, so I went for mangel at the end of it. I've been at Innocent for 3 years now, and I'm colourblind. You don't need to know that. It's just a little bit more interesting, I like to think. Now, my job, honestly, is to make people work better and go home happy. That's what I do. My mum doesn't believe it's a real job. My friends think I'm lying, and I must have some investor somewhere just giving me money to live in London. But really, Innocent, 15 years ago, that's how old the company was. When they founded their company, they knew they wanted to do things better, and they wanted to make people happy. And so I'm really, really lucky that I have this role that has always existed within this company. So I'm going to talk you through my top 10 things that makes Innocent this wonderful, wonderful company that I'm super proud to work for, what makes them special and unique. So in at number 10 is an inspiring workplace. Okay, so as you can see from up here, we have a pretty amazing building. This is the third building. We're called Fruit Towers on all of our products in the UK. If you are to write to us or come and visit us, the address is Fruit Towers. This is Fruit Towers number 3. The first one is called Fruit Towers because we were in the top of a building, and they were on the 6th floor, and they didn't want to call themselves the 6th floor, because that's really, really boring. So they called themselves Fruit Towers to sound a bit more exciting. The second office was a really big warehouse, a bit like this actually, but they didn't want to lose the Fruit Towers name. That was where they started, so that was exciting. And then finally, we created our own tower, so this whole building is ours. We have a very open workspace. We try and make sure that teams don't sit together, so they share the environment with each other. Our CEO and our board of directors sit on desks with everybody else and not next to their PAs, not next to the people within their team, because we want to make sure that people feel as though they are equal within the space. Everybody knows who the CEO is, right? Everyone knows who each other's boss is. We know this. That doesn't need to be rammed in our faces all the time. Okay? It's about making sure that within a working environment, we all feel equal. We're all humans. We all have a home. We all do a good job. If that person at the bottom isn't working just as hard as that person at the top, the business can't go anywhere. We're very aware that home is out the door, go. And that work is what we're here to do, okay? But if I can make this place that we work exciting, comfortable, as much like a home as I can, then great. I don't want to put beds in. I want people to go home, get out of the door. But as much as we can make people relax and enjoy the place that they work by acknowledging that it's not where they want to be. They want to be at home with their loved ones and their friends and their family. But it's about making sure that this place, this environment that we work in, is comfortable and that people can be as happy as they can be. That was number 10. All right, good. Number 9, open communication. Now, this is one of my favorite things. Innocent, when we launch a new product, when we create something new, we tell everyone about it. Why would you hide it until the last minute? We have just launched coconut water in the UK, okay? Now, that was huge for us. We did it in the quickest turnaround ever. It was only 6 months from we found the coconut to putting it on the shelves. But as soon as we found the coconut, we told everyone. If you can't trust the people that you work with and the people that are hopefully going for the same goals, who can you trust? This is a bit, it's this one. This is a bit long. But essentially what I'm trying to say by this email is, if I'm emailing the whole company, I don't need to be dear sirs or madam. These are the people that I work with. I don't have to put on a work voice. This is for my CEO. That, you can see I've sent it to everybody at Fruit Towers. So I've not taken out the CEO or the board. Everyone's going to get my email and everyone's going to be treated the same. And at 8, keeping in touch with consumers. Now, this is one of my favorite things. In fact, everything's going to be my favorite things because it's my top 10. I'm going to say that at the beginning of every slide. I apologize. We talk to our consumers in a way that I think is incredibly unique, which is the telephone number, the address, and the email address on the back of all of our products, which you'll get here, is rooted to the Fruit Towers, not to a different company who collate all the calls, put it into a format, send it back to us, and then we go back to them. If you call the number that's on the back of that bottle, it calls everybody in the business. That's all 252 members of the UK staff. It calls their phones until it gets answered. That's our CEO's phone, our board of directors' phone, our head of fruit tech, our head of IT, my phone, everybody's phone rings because we want that person to know that they are talking to someone at Innocent. If you've got a problem, we need to deal with that as soon as we can. So the turnaround that we have, getting back to our consumers, is second to none because that's what's important. These are the people that are purchasing our product. Why would you, no, yeah, all right, just you've bought it now, we'll leave it at that. No, we want to deal with it as quick as we can. We handwrite every letter back, okay? So if there is an issue with a problem, an issue with a product, someone has found a foot in a smoothie. That's never happened, but, fingers crossed. If someone's found something terrible in a smoothie, we need to deal with that straight away. They look at the back of their carton. Not that there was anything wrong with this one. Nothing wrong with this one? It was okay? Good. There was nothing wrong with this smoothie. But if you wanted to, you could call that number. It goes straight to our office. We will collate the information for you. So it's not my job to deal with the problems, but I know whose it is. So I will make their job a lot easier by getting all the information, passing it to the right person. That consumer feels as though they have spoken directly to someone in the business, and by the next day, we have sent a piece of post like this out. Handwritten. Does it take 5 minutes to handwrite a thing? You could probably write 5 letters in 5 minutes, okay? And that person that opens it, how special is that we've taken our time to do this? We want them to go back and buy the product. And we've failed on our part by giving them a product that has got an issue, right? Part of that deal is that we make a really nice drink that makes you live well and die old and tastes great. They've paid money for it, and then it's crap. It's not good enough. So we then need to go out of our way to make that process better, and that they realize that we are working really hard. And this is something that we've had for the whole 15 years that the company has been alive, because Adam, Rich, and John, the 3 founders, the guys that set up the 2 bins, they wanted to learn. And by learning, that meant hitting on those issues head on straight away. So when they started the company, there was a phone in the corner, the banana phone. That lived in the corner. Because they wanted to know what issues were going to crop up in the next years that they have running this company. And then it leads to this. This is our wall of love. Okay? This is all things sent in by our consumers, our drinkers, the people that love our products. We have never, ever asked for anything. We've never written on the back of our products or on our website, why don't you make a hot water bottle holder? See that thing there? That's a hot water bottle holder that someone just decided to make for us. We've never asked anyone to make a tapestry, but they made a tapestry, a blanket for us. Isn't that amazing? If we can be reminded by that every day, it's so worth writing those letters. It's so worth answering that phone because we're more than just a drink. We're a brand, we're a company, we're an energy, we're part of someone's home, and we want to stay there. Obviously, we want to make more drinks, make more money, take over the world with smoothies. And the way that we can do that is by being better people. They're people, we're people. This communication that we have is amazing. And it leads us to our social media. So this lady on the left, have you seen our Big Knit campaign? Have you heard about the Big Knit campaign? Okay, so essentially, we ask our drinkers, and we partner with a charity called Age UK, and we ask them to knit lots of little hats that fit on our smaller smoothies. Not on these ones, on our smaller smoothies. And every bottle we sell with a hat on, we give 25p to that charity. Now, we do not have a machine to make those hats, and we don't have a sweatshop in some other country with kids making all these hats. It's made by drinkers and by people that are from the knitting groups of Age UK. And we have made millions of pounds for that charity. We have to add 3 extra sections to our supply chain and hire someone to run the project. That is expense. Yes, of course, we sell more smoothies because everyone wants a smoothie with a hat on. Every kid walking down the supermarket with their mum points, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. So of course it works for us, we sell more bottles, but we do not make money from this project. It's an amazing bit of charity work that we do, but what it leads to is us putting this on Facebook and Twitter. So this Instagram photo on the left, this wonderful lady, Katrina, knitted hundreds of hats at the age of 101, made £25 she did for charity that year, but it gave her a purpose, and it gives us some content. We're talking to our consumers. That's nothing about our drinks, really. That's telling people about the people out there knitting the hats that we are helping. And on the right, we had a bit of fun with people on April Fool's Day. And we filled Oreos with toothpaste instead and saw what happened. My job is brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, I know. Next up, in at 7 is surprise and delight. Again, this is one of my favorites. This here is sexy power suit day, okay? Now, this is the smartest I've looked for a long time, by the way. You're welcome. I usually wear T-shirts and jeans or something like that, running around the office. I asked every member of the UK office to come into work in an uncomfortable suit, and they did it. They dressed up like this. Why? I don't really know, but because we have the energy and the kind of staff that want to do it. Now, the real reason is, can you see the guy on the far right with the glasses? See the guy with the glasses? That's Tom. He left Innocent about 3 months ago to go and work for the government, in HR in the government. And because I was like, you're going to have a terrible time working for the government. It's going to be really boring. You're going to be wearing a suit every day. I thought, how can we ease him into that life? And so I emailed everybody in the business and said, to say goodbye to Tom, I would like us all to help him embrace the new life he's going to have and wear a suit. And everyone did it. Isn't that amazing? I can ask my staff to do that and they do it. I think that's just incredible. And these are what we call surprise and delighting moments, including this. We have 2 lifts at Innocent. If you ask me, they are the most boring part of a building. No one ever does anything in a lift. So I went to a big supermarket and I spent £60 on all that terrible stuff that teenagers buy each other at Valentine's Day. And I turned the lift into the lift of love, okay? So I bought a helium balloon, I put bunting up, I bought a CD player and Barry White. Put it in the corner, it made for some very awkward lift journeys. It was very good. I bought love heart Post-its and stuck them up and I'd written who I fancied in the office. By the end of the day, it was full. Everyone found the moment to tell the person they fancied them. But this costs me £60. Now, a lot of companies have a big budget, and I've got a great budget to make these things work. But what I asked for was that £60 not to buy 4 more bottles of wine at the Christmas party, which would be in my budget, but to make people come to work. This guy, Dan, had a terrible day at work, but the thing he wanted to go home and tell his girlfriend was, look at what Innocent did today. I want to make people smile every day. If I can do that, I am making it an easier, better place to be, and they embrace it. Another couple of the examples are Halloween. A girl called Lily still won't talk to me after that. And we throw lunches for every floor. I gave every floor £200 a couple of months ago and said, I want you to throw a lunch for everybody in the business, okay? And they did it. And for me, I think that's incredible because I got all 250 members of staff to have lunch together 4 times in a month. I don't know many companies get their whole staff to have lunch together 4 times in a year. And just by asking people, giving them a little portion of money and saying, do something. I'm not organising it all. I'm not sitting there buying all the food in. I'm giving them an offer and they take it. And I think that's brilliant. In at 6, our doors are always open. We have some incredible visitors come and visit us at Innocent. The guy at the top, we have like my job is called the office Mangel, or Angel, but Mangel. We have the office Superman. Now, this guy came in with his CV dressed as Superman. Now, his CV wasn't very good, but isn't it amazing that he knew he had a better chance of being seen for that job dressing like that? If we as a company can offer that to people and be like, yeah, come in dressed as Superman, why not? I'm delighted that that guy felt he could do that, and I think that's brilliant. Bottom left, I put on Twitter, I've just found a massive A in the cupboard. First person to come in with ID can have it. She came in 5 minutes, ran down the road, and she got the A. And probably the biggest person we've had is this guy. So Bill Clinton came in to do a talk, sat in front of a giant smoothie bottle. Now, my job ranges from making sure that the kitchen has enough milk in this day, right up to having meetings with the Secret Service and MI5. My favorite thing about this was we turned it from a presidential event into an Innocent event, okay? We made sure that everyone understood that we're young and we're professional and we work hard, okay? And it turned it into not this, everyone wasn't standing like this with suits on. Obviously, he was wearing a very nice suit. He's the ex-president. But we wanted people to feel like an Innocent event, and our doors are open for anybody. So if you're ever in the UK, pop by and grab a few smoothies. In a 5, Innocent Foundation. I'm running out of time rapidly. But the Innocent Foundation, we give 10% of our profits every year to charity. No questions asked. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to help the world's hungry. So we have a lady that runs the Innocent Foundation, and every year that 10% immediately goes into her budget. And we work with people throughout the year, throughout the world, from the UK to Africa to Asia, trying to make sure that we are doing something. Okay, we don't need to make that extra 10%. If we're making profit, brilliant, everyone's going to get paid and the company can grow a little bit more. Why can't we then give back? We are taking fruit from places all around the world to make sure it is the best fruit for you guys to get in your drinks. We want to support those countries that are offering us the best fruit to put in the drinks. Look up, you should Google it. It's a really amazing thing that we do. Services to fruit. This is Innocent's Employee of the Month, essentially. Okay, so if you win, you have to, you get given £100 and you can ask anybody in the company to make you a cup of tea at any point in the month and they have to do it. Okay? Now that is a rule that was started when there were 3 guys in an office. One guy was like, I just smashed my job, make me a cup of tea, and of course they did it. As soon as we lose that, we become like everybody else. So now we're up to 252 people, there's a lot of cup of teas to be made, all right? My other favorite thing is, that's important to us, is that if someone wins Employee of the Month, Services to Fruit, it's not just the winner that's announced. It's not the top 3. If you are nominated, so anybody in the business can nominate and can be nominated, it gets read out. Because it's important that you know that you're doing a good job. It's important that you know that your staff and the people around you recognize that you're doing a great job. So every month when it's announced and it's read out by one of the board directors, it can take an extra 10, 15 minutes onto the meeting, but that's so important. We want you to be recognized. And the other brilliant thing is, if you do win, you come and you stand up in front of the whole company, you get the top hat, you can see the top hat or the tiara. Everybody gets on their hands and knees and says, we are not worthy, we are not worthy, we are not worthy. Really simple, those little things that as big as we get, and like I said, we want to take over the world. As soon as we get there, imagine that many people down on their hands and knees. We've got to keep these things. These are the things that environmentally and culturally make us different and make us special. Clicker? There it is. Clubs and scholarships. This is the football team on the right. We have Cheese Club, we have Bake Club, we have Chicken Club, we have Kayak Club, we have the Netball Club, we have the Rounders Club. We have lots of clubs. Now, this is a budget that is very special because if you are getting involved with people from around the business that aren't in your team, any club you want to set up, we match the money that you put in. Okay, so Bake Club. There's about 30 of them now because they've worked out they get free cake. Bake Club, essentially, every month they'll put in £10 each and they'll pick a few people to bake a cake every other day. Innocent will match that £300 that month so that they can make more because it's got Tasha in finance meeting, Alan in commercial meeting, Tom in HR meeting, me in environment. Of course I'm involved. I love cake. Okay, so it matches people from all over the business, and that's just as important. I don't want you to, when you're introducing yourself, oh, I'm Tim and I work in finance, or I'm Steve and I work in technology. I don't want that. I want you to be proud that you work for Innocent and feel like you are part of Innocent, okay? Not just that job that you do. And this is the scholarships. This is ridiculous. So Innocent put away £9,000 every year, okay, £9,000, so that people across the business can do something that is legal, that is for you, and has to be, £1,000, and it can't be for anybody else, okay? And that can be anything. Currently there's a gentleman called James Peach who is cycling around the world, and he stood up in front of the whole company and said, I would like to win the scholarship, and I would like your £1,000 to put towards me doing that. We had a girl that did a trek across one of the deserts and said, I'm doing this for charity. I would like £1,000 for my kit and my flights. You have to stand up in front of the whole company and then everybody votes, okay? There are 9 scholarships to be won. This guy stood up in front of the company and said, I want to remake the Thriller video. And then he said, and this was why he got it, he said, and I want you all to be involved. My favorite thing about this, I'm going to walk over here. Guy on the far left, that's Pete Ford. He is our head of finance. Seriously. Girl next to him is Ruth. Ruth is now one of the top commercial girls at L'Oreal, left the business. Joe, the guy inside, runs all of our social media and digital marketing. Amazing. They got involved. They won because the energy is there. And I think that's incredible for us as well. In at 2, really quickly, nature weekends and Christmas parties. I get to throw 2 massive parties a year. We were in Marbella a couple of years ago. We were in Luton the year after that. It's a big budget and it takes a lot of effort, and I'm throwing one in France next weekend. We're in Paris for a big company party, and it's really important to get everybody from the whole international business all together. And number 1, the top thing that makes Innocent different, and the thing that I think it's brilliant that you're here because it shows that you're already involved in this, is the people. I can ask people to dress uncomfortably in a suit, and they all did it. They're involved, they have the energy, they want to work for a company that wants to make it fun, okay? We have something called the baby photo wall. This is everybody at the business when they were a child, okay? There is no, so you can't really see, but when you start at Innocent, you give 3 interesting facts about yourself so the company knows stuff about you. And then you have to hand your baby photo in. There is no order to this. The CEO is not in the middle. The CEO is not in the top left. When someone begins, when someone new comes, I just take someone else's photo, put it to the back, and I put them in the middle. Because I want them to start and go, this is who I work with. Not an org chart, not the boss, the board, and the next people, the area chiefs. We were all kids once. We all pooed in a nappy. We're all human, okay? This is our environment. And as long as we lose that, we lose Innocent. We'd rather have a hole than an arsehole. I would rather I'd rather have 8 people doing 12 people's jobs, and those 8 people are brilliant people. They're working hard and they understand the energy that Innocent has, than have 8 people that are brilliant and 4 idiots. 4 people that are detrimental to the team. 4 people that slow processes. 4 people that those 8 come in and go, oh, I've got to work with Sandra again. I don't want those people here. And Innocent understand that. And the staff at Innocent understand that. And that's what's amazing. That's me. Thank you very much, everybody. There's a break, and feel free to come and grab any questions you have. Thank you very much.
That was hilarious, Tim. I have to say, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Yeah, and
I'm not worthy.
I've never won Employee of the Month. Never won it. Never won it.
I have to ask you 2 questions,
yes,
and
please.
you have to answer quick because we are way out of time.
Sorry.
What do you do about the assholes?
What do we do about? We don't.
How do you get rid of them? How do you avoid them?
Honestly, people can't adapt to that sometimes. And actually, if they slip through the net, these arseholes, if they get in, they usually don't last that long because they can see that they're the minority, as opposed to in most offices where there's that really awkward, annoying, loud person. It's the opposite at Innocent. Everyone has got so much energy that if you're the kind of person that needs to sit down and focus on, it's usually not your kind of company.
Thank you for no answer. Hey, your telephone rang all the time. How come?
Did it?
No, it did not. Okay.
Probably it should be.
One serious question.
Okay.
If someone in the audience here think, I would like to do some of this back home, where would you recommend that person to start?
You have to start at the top. And I think that's the hardest thing about it. I was talking to one of the guys who was just speaking earlier. And you can throw a party. Anyone can throw a party. And you don't know who's going to go. And they might have a great time. But the next day, you've got to go back to that environment and culture. And so you have to start at the top. You have to work out where it is, who you can, who is the weakest person on the board you can break down into having a nice time. And let them realize that that massive profit margin is, you want longevity within a company. And longevity in a company comes with people that are happy and want to be there. Okay, and so you need to find that person that's going to be able to support that, and it's really got to go top down. But I promise you, if you do it and you start breaking these people down, you can do it. Definitely.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Dorsett.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.